Hello and welcome to another episode of Untitled KKP Show. We talk about video games and maybe some anime in between and still not figuring out what to call our show. I'm your host, Mr. Toffee, Jonathan Toyat. And let's go through a bunch of things a couple of days ago. Okay. Of course we're going to talk about fighting games. Yes, come on. This is me. This is Kakuchopurei and we love our Street Fighter 6. We love our Fatal Fury, City of Wolves. So Street Fighter 6, I believe we're getting an Alex gameplay trailer in the next couple of days. By the time this episode is out, I think it should be on the Wednesday nights, GMT plus 8. I think that trailer will be on the following Friday, GMT plus 8. We also got some sneak peek at Kim Jae-hoon. Okay, so SNK released a Fatal Fury City of Wolves trailer, Season 2. The gameplay was awesome. They actually showcased who we predicted. I mean, we got two of them right from the last show. I made a previous prediction: Blue Mary, Wolfgang Krauser, maybe Nightmare Geese, and a couple of others, Duck King and who's the other SNK? And Mr. Karate 2 or Mr. Karate 1. Oh, Freeman. However, the actual official trailer revealed only 4 so far. So it's Kim Jae-hoon for January. One character per month, by the way. So Kim Jae-hoon is coming out in January 22nd. That should be this week. We've got Nightmare Geese on February. He's actually the boss of Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, secret boss. So gonna have that same moveset, but obviously a lot more balanced for competitive play. Then the third, that would be March, that would be Blue Mary, and then April would be Wolfgang Krauser. They showcased gameplay for that. Now, in between the trailer itself, there was a lot of AI slop, so we get to see which SNK did. It's actually AI generated, the whole generative AI trailer thing. The awkward lighting, the posing, the framing, and the way the things come in. When you look at it, it's like, oh, it's a completely different thing. And then there was a bit of a jump cut to Terry Bogart's face. Well, I assume it's Terry Bogart because this guy with the cap and the blonde hair looks completely different. It's crazy how they can actually get away with it. When we look at it, it's like, you look at the comments itself in the trailer, it's like very, very not well done. It's terrible. I mean, parts of it are good because of the gameplay from the game itself, and then the other parts, not so hot. So AI slop all around. SNK had money. Why do you do this generative AI stuff when you can actually hire the animator from the Fatal Fury movie, Mr. Obari, Masahiko Obari-san, the cool animated work. You did it for KOF 15. You did it for City of Wolves. Some of the promo stuff and the intro. Why couldn't you use him again? He shouldn't be that expensive compared to all the trees you killed off doing the generative AI shit. So you're getting backing from Saudi Arabia. You should have money to hire an actual studio to do better animation than this slop you created. It's just messed up. On the plus side, we get to see some Kim Jae-hoon gameplay in the trailer that came out a couple of hours ago at this point of recording. You get to see his kick-ass moves. He fights like his dad, Kim Kap-wan. The proper side. He's following through and through the strict and justice-loving way that his father had. So he's got the Phoenix flip kick, he's got the slide, and then the axe kick. He's got the guard, the auto guard multi-kick move, where he puts up his leg, blocks with his leg, and then blocks initial attack with his leg, strikes a pose, and then does a multi-hit kick thing. So he obviously is in contrast to Kim Dong-hwan, who is also Kim's son, Kap-wan's son. So Kim Dong-hwan is the more wild card kind of taekwondo fighter, while Jae-hoon is a more disciplined and strict and orderly fighter character, taekwondo practitioner. So you've got order and chaos. Chaos came first, and now Kim Jae-hoon represents order. So he's got a lot of really high damage moves. So it's really, really cool that you get to see that in display in the trailer. Really cool stuff. Can't wait to check him out when he comes out on the 22nd. I also did check out Caitlyn in 2XKO. She is a full-on zoner character. When she actually shoots with a gun, she can shoot it twice, she can do it diagonally. She has got some trap moves. You got the Bola's attack that you can throw in the air and trap people from the air. You can lay out traps with cupcakes on them, which is for grounding. And you can use them for combos too. She can also summon an Aegis Reflector a la Urien from Street Fighter 3, where she puts up a shield as a super, and then you can shoot behind the shield to have more bullets come out, or do it in a like a ricochet kind of manner, so you can control the spacing. Really cool stuff. You get really cool tricks, and you can even tag in your partner while the shield is out, so you can do more shenanigans, like maybe switch Caitlyn out with a more mobile character so you can cover space, or just use Echo. You know, he's actually still the best character in the game. I actually would use Warwick to, you know, cover bases while the shield is up. So Warwick has good air moves, he's got an anti-air, and some moves make him go into rage mode really quick. So he's very useful for that. So all in all, there are huge weaknesses with Caitlyn's game plan in that she only shoots at a particular angle. So when she does an air shot, after 2 shots or 1 shot even, it's really hard to cancel. I don't think you can cancel out of that. So you are basically recovering in the air, and if your shots miss, anyone can just dash under the shots and then just punish her like no tomorrow. So she obviously is kind of slow with the recovery from her long range zoning bit, but if she's far away, yeah, she's fine. She'll be fine. And she has some good getaway moves. Kind of reminds me of Deadshot and Deathstroke in the Injustice games, where you've got some good recovery, anti-air, and get off me moves, but they are limited and they're very unsafe. Caitlyn has that to a T, but not the best compared to Deadshot. I remember he's got the flying knee thing that was really useful to get out of things. But Caitlyn, they kind of limit her mobility for that, limit her anti-air, her recovery and her get off me DP move, reactionary move, recovery moves and whatnot. So that actually should be her partner's that should be the partner's way to cover up. So she needs a partner who can cover up her recovery weaknesses, her retaliation and her countering and whatnot, because when she's on the ground, she gets knocked down, it's really tough for her to get back up or push back, unless you use the pushback mechanic in the game. So all in all, Caitlyn, good zoner, good moves and all that. You have to play her in the long and mid-range. Although, when she gets a combo in, she can use a dive kick to OTG people, hit them on the ground, off the ground, and do another combo or whatnot, and then tagging your partner to do more moves. You can do a lot of creative stuff with Caitlyn. Just gotta remember her weaknesses. She has no anti-air, no recovery move, retaliation or whatnot. She doesn't have like a nice moves to anti-air or get people away and whatnot, to retaliate. Yeah. But all in all, I'm still gonna check her. I'm still gonna play her for a bit here and there, probably for when the rank mode comes back on this week. So that should be fun to use, fun to play. Yeah, Caitlyn, good addition. All the costumes in the new update for 2XKO, which is out on console as well, that's also worth playing too. Really fun stuff. All in all, and also crossplay too. I think crossplay is in, I believe. So it would be good to play with people, not just on the PC, but also for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series. Yeah. Time to find more people to body, right? Yeah, we'll see. And let's see what else we got. Oh, yes, I played a really awesome indie game. Thank you, Focus Entertainment. It is called MIO, Memories in Orbit. Let me double check who the developers are. They're French. I believe they are called Doze Diximes. I pronounced that wrong. I'm going to spell it out on the screen so for you to check it out. So they're Doze Diximes, French indie group. Really cool game they made, MIO, Memories in Orbit. So you play as a cyborg who got reactivated after a quote-unquote dream sequence, which is a black and gold outline kind of stage you start off with. And this robot has like circular head, got the hands and the legs, and got a little cape. The head has like a big eyeball in the center, not an eyeball with an iris. It's like a big white circle that acts as an eye. And it's got like a little hair tentacle thing, so you can double jump. And when you gain skills, the different skills that the robot has is you can actually do like a hairpin move, where basically you can just grapple onto things and then you can swing, hook shot swing out of them, or hook shot to enemies and then you hit them with your hair. And you can even use a little spindle striders. You can actually walk on walls and grab onto surfaces so that you don't get blown by the wind. So you get these moves as you progress through the game. It's a Metroidvania, a 2D Metroidvania. It has really awesome sci-fi space station kind of graphics. So the objective of MIO, your main character's name, is to basically check different parts of the space station, reactivate them, and then grab whatever orbs to put it in the center to make the satellite work again, to breathe new life, I guess. I'm not so sure. So the story is very cryptic and it actually unfolds as you explore through the world. You'll find different robots with different dialogue and then giving you exposition of the story. The way you get actual power-ups is you come across this centipede kind of robot with the multiple legs. You'll actually see this little circular room. You enter the room with the circular hovel, and then the robot comes out saying, "Oh, my friend's missing. He's not in this room. Well, I'm gonna give you some power-ups to help you find my friend." And you get the power-up. And this is how you get the Strider move. This is how you get the hairpin grapple hook move. Get your... Oh, and then you got an evade move as well, where basically you can... It's not really a parry, you just basically evade on the spot. You don't dodge left or right. You evade and then you get out. It's the same like King of Fighters 99, 94, 95, where you evade on the spot. You just become a cloud of smoke momentarily for like a half a second. And it's very useful. It's just you need to get the timing down pat, otherwise you get hurt really bad. So you actually get like, I guess, 3 lives, 3 hit points. You can actually increase this. And you get like a little note system where you get like 50 notes. And each power-up you can find passive abilities or active abilities you activate through your attacks. They take up a bunch of notes, like memory slots and whatnot. So let's just say, I deal on my 3rd attack hit in my combo, I deal more damage. That takes up 50 notes, for example. And you fill that up, you cannot put any more power-ups. So some useful ones like display your user interface or enemy health, that's usually like 5 notes. And really cool ones where enemies drop more cash for you to grab so you can buy stuff. Yeah, that's currency in the game. Like I forgot what it's called, but it's currency that you can get. You can increase that by putting on a node that takes up 10 slots. And you kill enemies, they actually drop more nodes. They drop more money, they drop more money. The gameplay itself is really challenging. There's even sequences where if you lose, you die, you actually lose all your money. So you need to find these spots, these robots that actually crystallize your money. Crystallized money will not drop when you die, so you can't really do that. But if you die with cash on hand, the cash goes into a pool at the start of the game. It's a central hub. And that pool will actually help power up whatever's in the center. Like, for example, it powers up the map so that you can actually look at the map and powers up the sentinels in the main room that you're at. But beyond that, I don't know what use is there in losing your money when you die. So, bottom line, you just need to go find these robots to help crystallize your money. There's some spots where you need cash to actually heal your character. Like, so there's some fountain spots that heal you up. And of course, save spots are few and far between. In fact, you need to find a save spot, and then if you want to actually teleport between the save spots, like in Metroidvanias, you have to find the overseer that's missing in the map. So you got like the library area itself further down. In the furnace area, you need to find not just a save spot, but also the arbiter, the overseer, who actually can teleport you to different areas. You need to find this arbiter robot, this overseer robot in another location anyway that you need to, solve platforming challenges. So you've got fight rooms, but they're few and far between, which is good. You got bosses, which is normal for these kind of games. So these bosses are really challenging, really fun to fight. There's a crow robot statue thing where it fights, and then when it's down to half its health, he actually has a bunch of moves, and then when it's down to half health, the 2 sides of the screen are filled with not projectiles, like liquid that hurts you, and then you basically have smallest real estate for you to fight, but the robot will have more to cover ground with and all that. So the fights get tougher and tougher when they're less health. So it's got that thing where bosses are powered up, they have extra moves, and they can do extra stuff when they're at less health. One of my favorite fights is Naboo. So it's a deer. It does a bunch of ground pound moves. You actually basically have to read the attack so you can evade and parry the moves. Well, not really parry, more like evade the moves so you don't get damage. And halfway through, it does this thing where it goes to the background, summons water that can kill you, and then you need to use your abilities to pogo off onto the flowers, so you can actually gain health, float in the air, and then float in the air while avoiding projectiles falling down while you're floating, and then hitting the plant so you can get energy to keep your floating going. It's really tough, and it's really, really fun, honestly. I think I died like about 10 times or so before I actually got the fight down pat. Mostly on the second half when he summoned the water, because the Naboo will actually do it twice or 3 times, depending on how fast or slow you fight the boss. Really, really awesome stuff right there. If I have any complaint, there was a bug that happened like once in a while where my jump button does not work for some reason. I hope there's an update that fixes that, because it really made me just restart the game and then come back. Luckily enough, when you restart the game at any time, it tracks all your progress when you quit the game, and then when you reload, you start back at the save point. So it's pretty cool. And the save point is actually central, and then the other save points, I believe, that's one cool thing I like about the design of the leveling levels here. It's very well put together. Like save points aren't too far apart, but they're not too close, where it's very, very repetitive and annoying. It hits that balance where you need to actually conserve your life so you can reach the next save point or open up the next shortcut in this kind of metroidvania kind of structure. So you can die really quick if you're not careful. I've died a lot of times. I've restarted at the main hub and everything, but the game teaches you that you kind of need to not suck at the game. So in a way, it kind of echoes Hollow Knight Silksong, but in less punishing ways. In fact, the run back to Naboo, the deer boss I mentioned, isn't as harrowing. In fact, it actually will teach you that, I like the design of the run back, because it will tell you that, you need to do this in the fight you're fighting in. Like, it's actually a series of platforming challenges where you need to use the flowers to stay afloat and then avoid the water in that particular run back. So I really like that design where the run back leading up to the boss will tell you that this is the mechanic that the boss will be exploiting, and you need to get good at this part if you want to defeat the boss. So I really like the design. MIO does a couple of things like this in most of its fights, especially when the save point is pretty far away. So really, really cool stuff right there. Really love the boss fights and everything. Really love how the design and all that. I think they need to edit the bugs a bit. Some of the stages may play a bit safe, but then when the platforming comes, it gets really, really nice and very, very rhythm-based when you get that dopamine thing. And there's even a chase sequence that's really, really cool, involving saw blades. And done in a really, really fair manner. Like, if you like games like Ori Will the Wisp, Ori and the Blind Forest, and Hollow Knight Silksong, MIO is a game for you. The game is called MIO Memories in Orbit. I'm giving this really awesome indie title an 80 out of 100. Closer to a 90 out of 100. Maybe I'll write the open critic version of this one of these days. Get it out there. Really, really awesome stuff right there from the French developers. I really hope to see them go places. If you're stuck, you can check out our walkthrough on our YouTube page, Kakuchopurei. We've got like the full playthrough of the game and some boss fights, so you actually know what you're doing in case you get lost. I actually got lost quite a bit, but this game took me about like 11-12 hours to complete. I don't think I've unlocked the good ending or unlocked every other part of the map yet. I think that will be another 8 hours or so, hitting up to 20 to 25 hours to get like a full achievement list achievements for this entire game. Bottom line, this game is cheap. I think it's about less than an RM 100, that's for sure. Less than RM 50, 60 or so. Oh yeah, it's a RM 54 full price. It's on discount right now. RM $48.60. Really, really awesome stuff. Worth the 10 hours, 12 hours you put into. Really, really awesome. Beautiful, lovely, gorgeous soundtrack. Lovely movement. It takes a while to get used to it. The robot can be a little bit floaty, but I feel it's actually better than most Metroidvania movement, where sometimes it's just purposely janky just to give that added difficulty. The robot here, MIO, is really, really awesome to control. I think the robot's very spotless to control. Very, very... Love the jumping, love the floatiness and everything. Really works out just great. The pairing is fair. The challenges are very fair. They're challenging, they're tough, but they are fair. And they really teach you how to play the game, get good and whatnot. You know, I really love the boss fights and everything. So, worth playing. That's my recommendation for the week. And then the next few... And in terms of games I'll be playing upcoming, I'm not too sure yet. There are a couple of titles I can't talk about yet, but I do know that I'm going to be checking out Trails Through Space? Legend of Heroes Trails Through the Frontier. That's part 3 in the Daybreak saga for Legend of Heroes. So you've got like Cold Steel, I know what happened, Absolute Zero, and of course Trails in the Sky. You've got remakes to play that. I think the second part of the remake is coming out end of the year, end of 2026. But right now this month, I would like to focus on Trails Through the Frontier. That will be really good to check out. Maybe on the weekend, we'll see how it goes. But right now, MIO is my recommendation for the week. Really awesome indie game. Check out these French developers, Doze, Dizime, and Focus Entertainment. Really good job there. Really good job. Hats off. The first breakthrough Metroidvania of 2026. I think this shares a spotlight as Blade Chimera last year, because Blade Chimera came out in January. And a lot of people loved it. It's a little too short, but it's really awesome. Very heavy on the combat and the lovely pixel art and everything. People forgot about it like after 6 months or so. I hope MIO does not have that same fate where people forget about it after a few months or so. So this game needs to be in everybody's mind. Really awesome stuff. Really awesome art style, immaculate music and everything. Yeah, go check it out. And that's it from me, Mr. Toffee. I've just talked about fighting games and Metroidvanias and everything in between. So thanks for watching. Do like and subscribe to our channel. We post new content every week. Like and subscribe, hit that ding dong notification button at the bottom right there. And that's it. See you. Bye bye.